Welcome to the topic, the polar regions. You all know that we are having two poles, the North Pole and the South Pole. So, the region which lies to the near the poles is called as the polar region. And here it is very cold, and the oceans, the seas are frozen, and it is a place where you find 6 months days and 6 months night. Now if you know children, for us we are having 24 hours and we are having 12 hours day and 12 hours night, but near the poles it will be there, it is having 6 months day and 6 months night. So it is very cold here. Now here in the picture you can see some places are shaded with yellow color, and these places are near to the North Pole and they come under the Arctic Circle, and it is so cold that you can find the ice and the snow everywhere on the land. You can find ice on the streams and ice on the rivers, and even the entire sea is frozen. So, what are the places which are near to the Arctic means you find the continents, the north part of North America, Europe, Asia, and some part of Greenland. Some countries are very near to the poles. So they come under the polar region. And the north part of the continent within the polar region, it is known as Tundra. Now children, now which region has continuous night and continuous day? I think you know it. The region which is near the poles, because there you will not find sunrise and sunset. For 6 months the sun will not rise, and for 6 months the sun will not set. And that the place where you find it is the polar region. Now, when we are going to read this lesson, what we are going to see in it? We will learn about the polar region. We will learn the meaning of it, the location, the people, the seasons, the vegetation, and the countries. This is the part 1. And in the part 2, you will be learning about the Tundra people. The people who live in the polar region are called as Tundra people, and we call them as Eskimos. And we will see how they are leading their life, what are the occupations, and what are the clothes, the shelters, and the religious beliefs. And this you can see in the part 2. So what is the main objectives? So you will know about the polar region, you will learn the location of the polar region and about the people. So here you can see the North Pole, and you are having the Arctic Ocean, and you can see the places Alaska, Canada, Greenland, Finland, Norway, Siberia. These places, they come under tundra. And what is the meaning of tundra means very cold. So let us see the poles. So as you all know that we are having two poles, the North Pole and the South Pole, and at the North Pole we call it as Arctic region, and the South Pole we call it as Antarctic region. So the regions which lies near the poles is called as the polar regions. And the Arctic, when we are talking about the Arctic in this lesson, we will talk about the Arctic Circle. And the north part of the continents within the polar region, they are known as tundra, and the tundra means very cold. Now here we are having two seasons, summer season and winter season. Now let us see the summer season. Here the summer season, when one season to another season, when they are changing, the change take place slowly. Okay children, so let us see how it happens. The summer will begin in the month of March But in the beginning, the sun will shine for a maximum of 1 hour. Gradually, it will increase. The second day for 2 hours, then for 6 hours, then for 8 hours, then 16 hours, then 24 hours. In this way, slowly the sunrise will be increasing, and for almost 3 months, from May to July, the sun will never set. That means we are having day. You can see the sun for 24 hours, but 24 hours also the sun will just rise over your head, over the horizon. So sunrise is rising, but it cannot come above the head. As you see in our daily life, morning you see sun at one place, and the afternoon you will find the sun above your head. And again in the evening you see again the sun position at one place. But here just the sun will rise, that's all. And it will not change its position. So as a result, you will be getting sunlight for 24 hours. And at this period only, slowly the rivers which were frozen in the winter, they began to melt, and the lakes and even if icebergs and everything will be melting, and you find some plants, you find some coloring plants, lychees, grasses, shrubs and berries. They start sprouting in this season, and you find even birds and animals, they are coming here. And the next season is winter season, and this winter season will also last for 6 months, and it will start in August, but in 3 months, November, December and January, the sun will not rise at all. So it is very very dark for this 3 months. And here it is extremely cold. It is so cold that even your rivers, your lakes, your seas, everything is frozen, and the wind is blowing. It is very very cold, and you have a heavy snowfall. As a result, uh, birds will go to another place, and even the plants also die. And this region, it becomes dark and deserted and desolated in the winter season. And next, coming to the vegetation, I told you here we are having 6 months winter, so we will not find any vegetation. And in summer season also we find little vegetation, and the vegetation find here is very unique, so we call it as tundra vegetation. And how is the soil here remains? The top soil is almost frozen with the ice throughout the year. So we call it as permafrost. And the soil is so hard, and we cannot plants cannot grow here. Only small shrubs, lychees and berries can grow here. So children, so till now you learned about tundra region, the type of vegetation, okay. And here now you can compare the polar region with the equatorial region. You can see the difference. Equatorial region is very hot and polar region is very cold. Just you can just note down the differences, and you can even prepare a poster showing the difference between the equatorial and the polar region. And children, if you can you imagine a day, a 24 hours you are having sun, how it will be? Just imagine and you can write it down. And thank you much, and we will meet in the next session in the part 2.